There we go.
Yeah, I feel like it's not bad if you want them there.
Yeah,
It's fine.
We still know who you are.
you can
That's
write in
right.
the chat, Celeste, the way you want me to put your name.
It's fine the way it is.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we are live streaming. Here we go.
All right.
Here's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
A winter snowstorm can be a wonderful reminder of the transformational power of the universe. Normally, we look around and see all the scenery that's in our neighborhood. And then the snow begins, and suddenly everything changes. It gets quieter, it gets softer and gentler, and everything changes color. Suddenly, it feels and looks different, and everything is filled with snow. And when we're looking at the snow, it's difficult to imagine that it's all going to melt and go away and eventually lead to a gorgeous spring day. Open yourself to the infinite today.
Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't, it isn't right, don't, it isn't nice. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass, don't disturb the peace, don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do, I say walk on the grass, it was meant to feel. I say sail, tilt to the windmill, but if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't get out of line. When they say that, then, lady, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, you are doing just fine. Make just a ripple, come on, be brave. This time a ripple, next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop. Everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the car, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try, I say laugh at the king or they'll make you cry. Lose your poise, fall if you have to, but lady, make some noise. Everybody says don't, everybody says can, everybody says wait around for miracles. That's the way the world was made. I insist on miracles. If you do them, miracles, nothing to them. I say don't be afraid.
I say do. Thank you, Jeff. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And good morning, New Thought, Philadelphia. Yeah, the God Call and the weather kind of aligned themselves today with the with the winter wonderland that's showing up and redecorating the world around us. I'm so delighted that we're all here today, as we're coming in from actually all over all of the Western Hemisphere, pretty much. And it is delightful for everybody to be here today. So you guys know the rules when we're on Zoom. Keep yourself muted except when you're sharing or when we're making a big joyous noise together. Let's go ahead and do that. So hit your unmute button and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I invite in a blizzard of goodness.
I invite in a blizzard
of goodness.
I open to the awareness that it's good right here, right now.
I open to the awareness that it's good right here, right now.
Open to the awareness.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
There we go. Mash that mute control one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, and wherever you're going to be going next, we have been expecting you. Welcome home. Pretty low bar of what we believe here, and you don't have to believe it. It just is really helpful because it kind of explains a lot of stuff. We believe that there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way we like to say it for short, that's it's right on my little license plate frame. It's that short. Your new life begins with a new thought. Makes me, your new life begins with a new thought. If you have extra electronic devices that are surrounding you, I find myself to be surrounded by lots of them as I'm keeping up with technology changes and so forth. Put them on shush or put them out of the room or put them somewhere out of your attention so that we can focus on each other for the next hour or so. I'm Bill Marchione. I'm the spiritual director here at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music comes to us from Palm Springs, California, and Jeff Lesser. Woohoo! Wonderful to have you here. Our guest speaker will be Amy Steinberg, joining us from you're in Asheville currently, right? In the home studio in Asheville, and we will also have a meditation led by one of our pits. It's her debut on the meditation platform. It's Laura Parsons, who is joining us from Saratoga Springs, New York. And right now we're going to open, as we open everything, with a practical prayer, and of course we have to reach to Puerto Rico and Jesus to do that.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be here, this place of goodness, of wisdom, and unity. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes, go within the secret place of the Most Highest, right there in the center of your being. That's where God dwells. He incarnates himself in each one of us, just like he's doing in this celebration, expressing himself through the talk, the music, the meditation, the announcement, the flames of faith, the prayer work story. All is God. God is in all, through all, in all. So grateful for this moment, this day that the Lord has created. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. And again, I say rejoice. This moment, it's a moment of unity, of wisdom, of love, peace, joy. Why I say that? Because each one bringing their gift to the altar of love, here and now. This morning, the sun is shining, bringing forth the rays of light and goodness and abundance. It's like the falling dew covering this celebration with fragrance and goodness. Each one here is resting in the everlasting arms of the Most Highest. I'm so grateful for this moment. Even though some are or one or two in California, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Puerto Rico, everywhere, we still in one place. There's no separation. The one that unites us is the spirit of unity. God in us, so we are everywhere. We are omnipresent. Present at the same time in all space. For this, I'm grateful. For this moment, this time together, bringing our love. Not really our love, it's God's love through us. I let my prayers be known with conviction and with faith on the law of God. I'd always say yes. And with gratitude, I let it go to that law that say yes. And so it is. Amen. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
So the reason we do a prayer, as you guys might have heard, is because it actually changes something. It creates a new experience in the life that we're having. So if there's anybody who would like to share the story of a prayer that has been doing something fun in your life, go ahead and either wave your hand or use the reaction button to raise your hand that way. And you can let us know about the prayer that's been showing up in your life. Jesus.
Well, I got to pray. My mom's and my sister. I've been here like a week in Puerto Rico. So I was expecting my mom's and my sister coming from New York yesterday. But my mom's had a little issue. One of her veins in the leg like bursted.
Mm.
So it could have created like a clot. So she can't travel right now. So my sister let me know this. So I started praying for my mom's, contemplating on God. Then I called her the next day. She was doing fine and good, but she was a little sad she couldn't make it. I was a little sad myself, but she's needs some more rest. And then I told her, Mom, just when you're ready, get the rest. She said it's gonna take like a couple of weeks. Well, we come back. So don't worry, I'll make it back. We make it possible. We do the possible, God will do the impossible. And another thing is, I was thinking about somebody I haven't talked for a couple of months. And it was so funny because I put that in prayer too, contemplating that. Not that I was outlining, but I was being specific with my prayer. And then the next day, the person got in contact with me. So that was another, I have a few more, but I don't want to overwhelm nobody. So yeah, that was my prayer work story.
I love when that happens. Thanks, Jesus. And yeah, it's sad that mom can't make it to Puerto Rico, but better that she's home getting taken care of than be on an airplane and have a problem. So,
Right.
anybody else? Michelle.
Well, everybody knows I'm in I'm a pit and practitioner in training. And so what my prayer this week has been, I've been very, very upset by our country and the politics that's going on, to the point of crying in my car when I listen to the radio, and fearful. And so I started treating for peace and for joy in life. And I started saying it out loud, which I'd highly recommend. That's what Reverend Bill recommended. Becomes more creative. But what I found is that I was getting the peace in the last 2 days. And yesterday, a friend invited me to something in Philadelphia. And I just said yes, because I just wanted to be with my friends. I had no idea what it was. I was just showing up at the Fringe. And it was a women's feminist LBG choir, Anna Crucis. And it was all about peace and the struggle over good, the struggle over difficult times to the goodness. And when I looked up their mission statement, that's kind of what their mission statement's about as well. So it was very inspiring. It was very joyful. It uplifted me and it resonated with me. And I was like, oh, this is an answer. Here's one of the answers. So, and then tonight there'll be You Are Not Alone gathering, which will always be helpful. So prayer works.
And I'm going to bring up the question, which is a little bit rhetorical, but we sometimes forget, is the choir was probably rehearsing those peaceful songs well before you started the prayer.
Yes. I had the ticket before I started the prayer, but it was, it resonated.
Yeah. And that's perfect. The universe has an immaculate timing and something of a sense of humor. So, and I had one. Our practitioner corps, which is all of the practitioners and all the practitioners in training, we get together and we do regular meetings. So we scheduled our next meeting and decided we're going to open it up to other practitioners. And by the way, if you've been through practitioner training, have a credential, and would like to attend the practitioner meeting, you will be getting an invitation to do this. And we decided that the time to do it was going to be Sunday evening, February 8th. And one of our practitioners in training isn't going to be able to make it then. So that's, where there was sadness. And then I went to start scheduling and like putting the details together to send that out. And I realized that our practitioner core meeting was scheduled to start 30 minutes after the Super Bowl. And I'm thinking, we're probably not going to get the attendance that we'd want. And it turns out the entire practitioner core from New Thought Philly is available the following Sunday, which is President's Weekend, and it's also Valentine's weekend. And so we easily moved the meeting. The Infinite provided that, and it was just the guidance showing up before I click the send button to let's do this thing that we agreed to do. So let's do something different. So the Infinite is showing up in grand, glorious ways and little subtle ways, and we just love all of them. We have some announcements. The announcements are going to be read for her debut performance by Sue. So kazoo's at the ready if you have one.
This frosty information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. Please sign up for the weekly e-newsletter so we can keep in touch. With all that's going on, we've been urging to do another in the series of You Are Not Alone listening sessions. It'll be this evening from 7 to 8 o'clock on Zoom. Metaphysical Movie Night returns next Sunday with Chariots of Fire. It's hosted by Scopy, free in this regular Zoom at 7 p.m. We host a dozen online meditations every week. Drop by for 15 minutes of inspiration on Zoom. They're also on Insight Timer live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Sandy and Karen lead the Power of 8 Intention Circle every Monday evening from 6:30 to 7 to help bring new experience into the lives of the group members. God Calls are a half-minute of inspiration on your phone 4 times every week, starting with a free 2-week trial. Info is at godcall.org. There are now well over 2,700 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. Get your midweek adventure on and meet some new folks at one of the daily meditations. Follow, subscribe, like, and share New Thought Philly on Instagram, Facebook, Insight, Timer, and YouTube. Thank you to the team that makes these celebrations work. We get together ahead of time to get things in order and have some fun. Email the volunteer coordinator to join the joy. Next Sunday is online with Sphere of Influence. We are aware of a huge range of what goes on in the world around us and control only a fraction of it. Reverend Bill Marcioni notes that our sphere of influence is much, much larger. Live original music by Dan Rendine. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, Jesus is available today for a quick transformational miracle in a minute prayer. Stick around in the Zoom meeting after the celebration for casual conversation.
Thank you, Sue. Brilliantly done. An excellent debut. We'll certainly have you back.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm looking through the folks who are joining us, and I'm recognizing almost all of you. And if there's somebody who's here for the first time, and you'd like to wave your hand and say, "Hey, I'm a newbie. This is my first time," and accept this blessing, we'd be happy to do that for you. And if not, if you're not gonna out yourself, then just accept this blessing. And the rest of us, we're gonna bless ourselves and each other and the new first-time visitors. Just rub your hands together, feel the warmth, feel the love. Send that out, Sharon. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for sharing that love and shining your divine light with us today. And welcome. So Jeff's going to do another song for us, and as he does, we are going to make eye contact with those who we are in community with, and remind ourselves that the eyes that we're looking into and the eyes that we're looking with are the eyes of God. Jeff?
It's a very ancient saying, but a true and honest thought, that when you belong to New Thought by each other, you'll be taught. As a musician I've been learning, you'll forgive me if I boast, but I now become an expert on the subject I like most. Getting to know you. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. Getting to know you. Putting it my way but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Every week we light the flames of faith to remind ourselves that there is one and that we all have so much richness in common. And the flames are going to be read by Hannah this morning.
We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call Spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. Thank you for that, Hannah. And the readings that we do every Sunday morning are chosen by the practitioner who does the meditation. And this is the first time that that Laura has done the meditation. And I basically described the sorts of publications that you can pick this from. And I forgot that she has done much of her studies with my friend Reverend Joanne McFadden at New Thought, New York, who has a huge library dating back decades to when her dad was writing Thoughts for the Day in Science of Mind magazine. And she came up with one from the Creative Thought magazine, which has been out of publication for over a decade now, from 2008. And Scopey's going to share that with us now.
Good morning, everybody. This is I Live in Newness by Reverend Nancy Fagan, and it begins with a quote. Recognizing the one power and presence eternally expressing itself in its entirety in all creation, I joyfully embrace the truth that I am an individualization of God in this blessed unity. I set my intention to live in the newness of each moment, constantly being aware of who I am truly. And the reading begins. The self I am now emerges into a new dimension of consciousness, one of enlightenment, liberation, awakening, and a greater sense of my life's purpose. Rising above any sense of limitation or fear, I confidently, easily, and peacefully experience an inner shift of consciousness, transcending undesirable or outdated conditions of circumstances. My inner shift of consciousness produces a new reality. I awaken to a greater sense of my life's purpose as I embrace the truth of my being. I am the light of consciousness. I am a field of conscious presence, not bound by the events of the past or the unknown of the future. The word I speak is now firmly rooted in the fertile soil of the subjectivity of universal law. In gratitude, I release this truth to universal mind from which all things emerge. I live in newness, and it is so.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star. You'll feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You will hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on that clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and evermore. You'll feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on that clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am now delighted to introduce our guest speaker. When I first met Amy Steinberg, she was an over-the-top New Thought musician in Charlotte, North Carolina, having spent some time doing bars and shows and stuff like that. She has branched out in her artistry and her ministry. She does art. We were talking once a few years back, and she said, "You need one of my paintings." And so we agreed And there it is in my Zoom background. And I love getting comments about it. Then we were having a conversation, and she said, it's time for me to become a minister. Are you teaching ministers? And I said, I don't have any plans to, but let's see what's going on. A couple of weeks later, we were at the Anton retreat, and I introduced her to Reverend James Mellon, Dr. James Mellon, who had just started a class and said, oh, Amy would be perfect for that class. And within 2 years, she was a minister. Her website describes her as performer, minister, multi-dimensional muse. Amy Steinberg is a genre-busting, soul-belting, truth-telling artist on a mission to awaken joy, ignite creativity, and remind you who you really are. Let's welcome Amy Steinberg.
What an introduction. Wow. Thank you so much, Reverend Bill. Oh my gosh. I just love you. You know, I'm totally obsessed with you. And so I'm super, super grateful to be here with you and be here with all of you. And yeah, it's so cool to be reminded of that, of my journey. Thank you. And it was funny that you said over the top, because I've been writing a new show, or thinking about writing a new show called Over the Top. How funny is that, right? It's perfect. Divine timing. So hello, everyone. Good morning. And what's new? What's new? What's new with you? What's new with you? What's new with you? You know, I come to a service because I want to connect. I want to plug in. I want to remember who I am. I want to remember the teachings, but also because I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for a new idea, a new insight, a new way of meeting my life or seeing my life. And we are in such luck already because it's a brand new day. Yeah. It's also a brand new year. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much newness. And this moment has never happened before. You've regenerated in your sleep. This is some cool stuff that happened that's new with you right now and me. Our brain washed itself while we were sleeping. Fluid flushes toxins from the brain, nightly internal rinse. We also have had repairs to our DNA. Sleep activates genetic repair systems that protect you from disease. Look at me. I'm aging backwards. Your immune system gets rebuilt while you sleep. All kinds of cool things. Your tissue gets rebuilt. Your emotions get reset. Listen, we're all brand new. Also, this exact gathering of people has never existed before. So newness, we don't even have to manufacture it, which it just is. It's just always there. But I heard that you're Zoom compliant here and you're chat compliant. So I thought, what a fun way to use this relatively new way of connecting of church. We'd use the Zoom chat today. So I want to ask you to put in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, something new. Something new. What's new? What book are you reading? A new book or a new show or a new movie, or something that you're looking forward to or that you just bought that's sitting on your shelf. What's new? What's new? I'm reading this for the first time, Giovanni's Room, James Baldwin. And I'm also reading The Quantum Revelation by Paul Levy. I want to see what's going on with you. Put something in the chat. I saw new to me Mardi Gras parade last night. I love that. A new parade. Well, as people share, I'll share about something new that I saw. I saw the Eddie Murphy documentary. Have you seen that? It was awesome. I grew up with Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy is amazing. He did a lot of newness. He shattered a lot of ceilings. I just want to presence the awareness of Eddie Murphy. He joined Saturday Night Live when he was 19. We've got Eckhart Tolle being read by Joe. Love that. He's the first Black actor to have true global box office superstardom, which he dominated for many years. Beverly Hills Cop was the #1 movie of 1984, highest grossing R-rated film of its time. As a lead actor, his films have earned over $6 billion. I love him. I love Eddie Murphy. Renee said, I saw a tiny bird's nest in a tree the other day. Starting the new Gokhail method of posture tomorrow. Never heard of that. See, I was hoping that maybe Reverend Bill would gather up these things for us so that we can look at them later, because I don't know if we're going to be able to see all of them. But Pole to Pole, hosted by Will Smith. I haven't heard of that. Heated Rivalry. It's fantastic. Okay. So As I was watching the Eddie Murphy documentary, I was reminded of my childhood, of course, because I grew up watching that stuff. And they were showing Beverly Hills Cop, and there was this little clip of Beverly Hills Cop, and there was that song, "I Got a New Attitude." Remember that from the Pointer Sisters? "I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I've tidied up my point of view. I've got a new attitude." That's a New Thought song. Who knew it? And the Pointer Sisters, interesting, they won a Grammy in 2 different genres, jazz and pop. How cool is that? They're a rare crossover. Anyway, that song is written by Patti LaBelle, who's also an amazing goddess queen. But the Pointer Sisters, why I'm pointing out the Pointer Sisters, is because that was my first concert I ever went to. And so I think that's interesting because it probably subconsciously, it was such a great show. I was a kid, and it sent me on the trajectory of becoming a performer. I'm a musician. You might know, over-the-top musician, as said by Reverend Bill. So in these comments, just notice the variety, right? Notice the different interests, different points of view, different curiosities, different newness already showing itself in our time together. I was supposed to time this, and I didn't, so I'm going to start now. So I love that you're participating because, you're literally participating, but this universe is participatory. I love that phrase that we live in a participatory universe. A few simple ways this being true is, of course, what we pay attention to changes what happens, the observer effect. Our thoughts and habits shape our brain. That's neuroplasticity. Our emotional state affects how other people respond to us. Feedback loops, right? Like, so when we're angry, we cause anger in someone else, then it becomes anger. Our belief changes, physical changes in our body, the placebo effect. Ideas and art only exist when someone creates them. Listen, we live in a creative universe, and what we're drawn to really matters. And for New Thought, attention's not passive, attention's creative, and the universe is participatory. So what we give our awareness to shapes our lives. So let's just bring our inquiry just a little bit deeper. And I'm going to ask you another question to put in the chat. What's new for you? What's something you've noticed more than usual? What are you curious about? What's something that you've noticed more than usual this week? I was sitting down to write this talk, and I wrote a talk yesterday, and then the talk rewrote itself this morning. It happens quite often because there's always a new thing. And I was sitting in meditation, and my cat was on my lap, and I grew up with dogs. In the chat, go ahead and put dog people or cat people. Who are my dog people? Who are my cat people? And who are bipedal? I am bipedal. I grew up with dogs, and my mother always said cats were dirty, and I guess because they go to the bathroom in the house. And I remember the first time I connected with a cat. I was living with some friends, and they had a cat, a 5-finger cat named Lovey. And she was gray, and she was so soft. She was like soft as a bunny. And she would sit up with me when I was first going down my spiritual path. And I just bonded with this cat. And then I learned recently that cats, their purr is a frequency of healing. Like literally, not like some woo-woo thing. Like whatever that frequency is like a frequency of healing. So next time your cat's on you, receive the healing your cat is giving to you. So we've got dog people and cat people, but we've got some bipedal people. But also I'm wondering, you haven't answered this question about what's something you've noticed maybe more than usual this week. Anything you've noticed more than usual this week? Where's your attention been going? Anybody watching the news? Anybody watching the news right now? No, nobody? Well, there's something interesting about the news. How to get along with people I disagree with. Come on, Sue, preach. That I've been participating more. I love that, Ashley. And, it's interesting because the things that are going on in the news are forcing us to participate, right? We're forcing us to have an opinion or have a feeling or something, getting involved, right? There's a feeling that we want to be involved. There is. And I love this idea of the news. The news is called new. Is it new? Most of us aren't like, yay, the news is on, the newness, because many of us brace ourselves because what is being presented is mostly not nourishing. It's often alarming, it's disruptive, it's heavy. It doesn't mean it isn't real, but it does mean that it isn't the only reality. It's not the only new thing that's going on, is what we see on the news. And we live in a world where what's loud is often what's broken, and what's quiet is usually what's still working. We have more aware of the effects my thoughts have on me. Come on, Joe. I've noticed we all desire peace following the monks. Come on, Nea. Is it Nia or Nea? Willingness to experience newness. I love this. See how we're connecting with each other? Maybe somebody on here today doesn't even know about the monks. You only know about our crazy government that's going on right now. So we don't want to ignore what's happening in the world. We don't do that. We're very awakened folks here in New Thought. We're not ignoring. We're just talking about choosing our place of awareness, because remember, attention is not neutral. In New Thought, attention is creative. How about we say, my attention is creative? My attention is creative. A song that kept returning to me in my morning meditation, something I did not intend on talking about today either, was the Nina Simone song, Feeling Good. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. This kept coming to me in meditation this morning. And Nina Simone, oh my God, I didn't discover her till a little bit later in life, but wow, she lived through segregation, oppression, profound injustice. She was deeply connected to the civil rights movement. Her life and the world that she lived in was not easy. And that's what makes this song so powerful, because we don't really know how she was feeling. Was she feeling good when she sang it, when she wrote it? But what we do know is that she looked at the birds, she looked at the sun, she looked at the sky. She chose to orient, not denying, not bypassing, but choosing, or at least choosing to sing about it, maybe even ironically. Nina Simone is where I'm from in North Carolina, and this land, these region, these mountains, I'm in the Blue Ridge. You might have heard about the upheaval that happened here about a little over a year ago here in Asheville. Not long ago, this massive hurricane came in, massive Hurricane Helene, and turned life completely upside down. Flooding, no water, no power, a disruption that felt totally surreal. Totally surreal. And it's a lot like what people fear is going to happen, with some kind of civil war or federal militia that's happening, right? But in that moment where I had no cell phone connection, no running water, the sun, it still rose. The people showed up for one another. The birds sang. And newness was just there. It didn't stop arriving, right? In fact, it was even more new. Like there was even more newness. Like there was this instant improvement happening upon reality at all times. People showing up. It was wild. But we were way more present. Presence was possible. Presence is always possible. Presence is always possible. That's another thing we can say out loud. Presence is always possible. So something that is emerging new, I think, in our time right now is that I've noticed for myself that I've been looking a lot for, teachers and talks and books and things. And there is always something new to read, but I've noticed something new in myself that I'm imagining that you've noticed in you too, because we're all one, right? There's only one thing happening. So instead of wanting more voices, I've been wanting more listening, more presence, more space, more trust, more inner knowing. And I don't think that's just me. I think that's emerging in the world, that we're remembering that our own best teachers are inside, not from ego, but from this place of awareness. And all the traditions, I love the lighting of the candles and the traditions. These traditions have not failed us. They're always the finger pointing to the moon, though, right? We don't look at the finger, we look at the moon. So there's always this deeper space within that we can ask for that newness to come from. It's that inside thing. So I want to ask one more inquiry for you here, even maybe going a little bit deeper, is something. What feels new in how you're responding to life? Some of you actually answered this already, saying you're noticing your thoughts. What are you nourishing? What are you feeding? What's new? What's a new feeling that you're experiencing or choosing to feel despite everything? What do you want to orient to? Oftentimes we can get into spaces, I know I have many times in my life, where if someone were to ask us what's new, we'd be like, not much. We feel like we know it all. We've been there. We've done that. We've seen it all. There's nothing new under the sun. But I'm going to encourage you to notice where the grooves in your life have become ruts. I've experienced that before. So remembering that participation is a choice, right? We live in this participatory universe and your consciousness matters. So sometimes we can be tuned up so high, we're so high in our vibration that we're tuned out. Consider something new. Consider something new, because it's not really about, I like that lightness of being. I feel that as well. I feel that very much. So maybe that is cosmic. Maybe that is something that is going around, which is interesting, right? There's so much disruption, but I'm feeling lightness. I'm feeling peace. I'm presencing peace, like very consciously these days. I hope you are too. I know you are. If you're here, you are. So it's not about like forcing optimism or pretending that everything is fine. It's about becoming more present with what is and who you presently are, more aware, more responsive, more internal and intentional with your attention. So, not everybody's into pop cultures, and not everybody's going to be like up on what's going on, like the Eddie Murphy documentary or Heated Rivalry. People might not be into like television and radio, but I encourage you to be, because it keeps you young, it keeps you active, it keeps you connected to the collective consciousness. Sometimes I just like watch those things like the Golden Globes just to sort of know what's going on in the zeitgeist, right? Because it's the collective. It's the collective. And I remember a time in my life where I just turned off the radio. I don't know if you've ever gone through these periods where you just like stop going to the movies, you stop reading books. It's really some kind of usually a depression or something. But I turned off the radio for many years. Like maybe being a musician, being on tour, I just like didn't want to hear outside music. I stopped listening to pop music for like a decade. And then I started dating my partner and she loves pop music. She loves music that I had never heard, like Justin Bieber. I didn't even know any of that stuff. Justin Timberlake, all the Justins. And when we started dating, I started to turn the radio back on. And I started to notice again how delicious music is. Pop music is popular music, right? And people get like, addicted or attached to the pop music of their time. Like, of course, I love 80s music the best, right? Because that was when I was growing up. But imagine that you can open yourself up to what's going on now, right? Now, like what's on the radio, and fall into that zeitgeist, because it's pretty cool. It keeps you young. It keeps you exciting. And a lot of people like in our generation, or folks who are, 40s, 50s and above, don't use like the new apps like TikTok or Instagram or anything. But I encourage you to try something new. Get yourself a TikTok. Watch what's going on out there. There's amazing people of all ages doing so many creative things out there. It's a really cool world out there right now. So maybe it's time to try something new. Even a new food or a new place or a new route to work or a new route to your gym or wherever you gym people go. We are the light bringers. All right. It's a time when we're being called to do some heavy lifting here, but I think we can lighten up a bit and just, lean into each other here. Lean into this list we've got meta meditation. I love this, making sure to have a positive attitude, finding out a tiny bit, how those who have always been ignored feel. Okay. Choosing to follow personal happiness more. I love these things in the quotes in the chat. I packed holiday decorations. A new record. All right, Celeste. Calming myself when I'm angry. That's really wonderful. New self-regulation. So powerful. Yoga Nidra. That's fantastic. So I want you to borrow from each other when you can't find that strength. That's what community is all about. And like Nina Simone, who is singing, you know, I'm feeling good, it's like pause, breathe, presence. And as you move through your day, and as you move through, you might hold this idea gently that newness doesn't require perfect conditions. It requires conscious orientation. So what are you choosing to notice? What are you choosing to nourish? What are you choosing to feel despite everything? It is a new dawn. It is a new day. It is a new life right now. And choice is available. And something new I want to offer you to close is something that I do on Tuesday nights. If you're looking for even more community and connection, on Tuesday nights on Zoom, I do something called The Garden of Good. I wrote a book called, I'm going to show it to you. It's not shameless promotion. It's actually just a really good tool. It's called Make Good. It's called Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity. And it is a collection of 44 prompts and 44 pieces of my artwork. I'm an artist. I'm a visual artist as well. And we meet on Tuesday nights and we're going through this book and we do crafts and doodles and poetry writing. It's all conscious creativity. And it's a way to play because I think right now, especially we are very serious. There's a very serious energy going on. Even me today, like I was kind of serious during this talk. Usually I'm cracking a joke here and there, but I just really wanted to take it seriously, this idea that there is a new you in every moment, every day. And here we are at a brand new year. So I'm just grateful to be here. I'm thankful for your time and your energy. And I hope that something has sparked something new for you, that you watch something new, that you eat something new, do something new, have a new thought, have a new action, have a new outlook on your life, because you are constantly renewing and you're constantly evolving upward. And so I just wish you the best and I love you. And so it is.
let's journey together into meditation. Let's begin by taking a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your body to settle everything that happened before now. Settling into this moment of newness, this moment of freshness, this moment of community, of loving kindness, this moment of sweet surrender. Visualize a soft golden light descending from the crown of your head, illuminating your entire being with the light, the vibration of spirit, the essence. This is the light of truth, dissolving away all the shadows, revealing the inherent harmony. Feel yourselves now moving upward in the fresh spiral of life. It's a gentle, irresistible momentum, a lifting you toward the higher realm. You are no longer circling, looping through the same problems. You are ascending into newness, into all that is available. Silently say to yourselves now, I surrender to the flow of spirit. I am the vessel through which the glory of the divine expresses. Every breath is a new possibility. As we journey together into the silence, know that you are this light, this harmony, always open to that new possibility.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Because the first heaven and the first earth are passed away. Behold, I make all things new. Whoever recognizes the God within and come to that realization, he becomes a new creature, a new creation. And all things in the past have passed away. And we become new. New in that Christ consciousness. The things that we see are temporary. But the things that we don't see are eternal. It's quite impossible for the human eye to see God. The human eye see only effects. But the I am within us knows God intimately with love, creativity, newness. God doesn't repeat himself. If you look in nature, the leaves, they're not the same. The snowflakes, they're not the same. Everything is unique and new. In this new year, let's dwell in God's mind, the only mind. And I guarantee we will get new ideas, even new things coming into our lives through our prayer, our silent prayer. We won't need to search for nothing. Our search is done. We have found the great pearl of endless price. Let's cultivate it. Let's water it. Be open for the sun to shine on it. Be receptive to that field, that infinite field of pure potentiality that we possess, but hardly use. So let's start using that power within, that divine potential within us. Let's be open to new things, new ideas, new friends, new relationships. What your heart decides. God is there to grant you the petitions of your heart. So take another deep breath in. Fill your lungs. Let it go. Shake a little dust, a little freshness, a little newness, and let it go out to the four corners of the earth. And as you're comfortable, bring your attention back to the celebration as Jeff sing this song for us. Take it away, Jeff.
If we only have love, then tomorrow will dawn. and the days of our years will rise on that morn. If we only have love to embrace without fear, we will kiss with our eyes, we will sleep without tears. If we only have love with our arms open wide, then the young and the old will stand at our side. If we only have love, love that's falling like rain, then the parched desert earth will grow green again. If we only have love for the hymn that we shout, for the song that we sing, then we'll have our way out. If we only have love, we can reach those in pain. We can heal all our wounds. We can use our own names. If we only have love, we can melt all the guns and then give the new world to our daughters and sons. If we only have love, then Jerusalem stands, and then death has no shadow. There are no foreign lands. If we only have love, we will never bow down. We'll be tall as the pines, neither heroes nor clowns. If we only have love, then we'll only be man, and we'll drink from the grail to be born once again. Then with nothing at all but the little we are, we'll have conquered all time, all space, the sun, and the stars.
Wow. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. And Jesus and Laura and Reverend Amy. Wow. And everybody who participated in the took part in the chat and shared your stuff. This is another opportunity to talk about what's come up for you. So we usually set aside some time at the towards the end of our celebration to see what we need to give voice to. So go ahead and wave your hand or use your digital hand and get my attention, and you have a chance to say something. Scopy.
Yeah, for me, first of all, thank you, Amy, for that invitation to newness. And for me, what came up was the distinction between different and new. Like sometimes I can do something that is different than what I've done before and call it new, and it's not really actually new. And so that's what came up for me. And thank you, Amy. And I'm a North Carolinian too, so I'm here with you.
Durham.
Yes.
Thank you, Scopy. Did I see another hand there? Somebody else waving? Yeah, just such wonderful stuff that came out in the chat and the comments, and so wonderful that you guys are involved in nurturing and caring for your spiritual selves and being involved in all those practices and readings and things like that, and finding that balance point of how much news do I want to consume, because I don't want to hide my head in the sand, and I also don't want to be 24/7 on cable news just getting riled up. And that's the thing. I love the mention of the monks. I love the mention of the monks who are marching from Texas to DC with their dog. And On the one hand, that can't possibly do any good. On the other hand, that is as likely to be transformational as anything else. So, and we just don't know. Uh, any final observations, Amy Steinberg?
Just love being in new spaces, and so to be able to speak and a thank you to Jeff, because some of those songs just really tugged at my inner musical theater geek. I was at summer camp and we did Jacques Brel. And so, yeah, I was like, what is that song from? I couldn't place it. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, it's from Jacques Brel. And just all the music you played was so evocative for me personally. And just to be able to wear a different hat. Thank you, Bill. Like I'm a nascent minister, so to be able to come and be trusted with your people, I hope that you all enjoyed me. Could blame him if you didn't. Just kidding.
What was our interchange? Amy's already scheduled for her next appearance, and we were discussing when she's going to do that, because she does music and she's done music for us several times, and she can do the talk. And she says, I can do both. So she's going to come back on Easter. Reverend Steinberg.
Yeah, we
is gonna
thought
do
Steinberg on
both.
Easter would be fun.
So, talk about opening ourselves up to newness. Thank you so much. What a blessing to have you here. Sue Smith is going to lead us in the offering now.
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there is a donate button on the website to make a donation by Zelle, credit card, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on screen. Unmute and we'll say the affirmation together.
I live in an abundant universe.
I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am a center of prosperity. Enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift with gratitude and joy. I know that as I give, I do receive.
So it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much. Jeff Lesser, one more song for us?
Sure. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. No, not just for some, oh, but just for everyone.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. What a wonderful, wonderful celebration this has been. With it's the snow globe is starting again in my neighborhood here outside Philadelphia. Again, a reminder, if especially you're dealing with some overwhelm, there's the gathering 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Zoom with our friends from Anton, and we're not going to fix anything. We're just not going to fix anything. But it's an opportunity to be present with each other. And the process is really simple. We get together, we talk about where we are, we go into breakout groups, and it turns out that somebody is saying something that is some newness for us. Come back and talk amongst the whole group, and in an hour it's done. And just some of the people whose hands immediately went up to co-facilitate. Reverend Paul Hoyt and Dr. Robert Brzezinski at New Thought Media Network and Michelle Wadley. And these are folks who have been guest speakers at New Thought Philadelphia. And people from Unity and from Divine Science and from Religious Science and from all over New Thought by getting together. And you're invited. Go to antn.org and you can register for the event, get the Zoom link, and so forth. And that's my shout out for that, because it's a really wonderful way to cap the week or to start the week, depending on what you're going to do. Let us close with a joyous cacophony. So go ahead and unmute and repeat after me. And we're going to kind of riff off of what Amy said. I am new.
I
am
new.
I am
I
now.
am new.
I am now.
I am
I am
now.
now.
I am love.
I am
Love.
I am light.
I
I
am
am light.
I let my light shine,
I
let
am
my light
my
shine.
My
I
light
like
shines,
and I let the love flow.
and I let
Let
my
the love
love
flow.
And so it is.
And
So it is.
It is.
it is.
Thank you.